Yeah, I appreciate you calling in this morning. Kyle Henderson at Bama Football on YouTube. Who I'm on the line with and where you calling in from?
Hey, Kyle, this is Zander from Maryland, PA area. You know, this whole thing with this college football ranking that's just blowing my mind is, one, why is the Pac-12 even ranked within the top 10? Okay? It makes zero sense. If it was a good conference, why is it falling apart in front of us? Everybody's left the Pac-12. Next year, there's like 3 teams in the Pac-12. And then, like, other than Lincoln Riley, does anybody really, like, you know, and the coach at Oregon, do we ever really go like, oh yeah, that offensive coordinator from, you know, the Pac-12, he's going to be a superstar someday. You know, he's going to make it to the NFL. That's the next Kyle Shanahan. No one ever talks about the Pac-12. Why are we acting like they're good? They play no defenses. Every time we act like they're good, they get blown out. Remember when Washington had this, you know, John Ross, they were going to run all over Alabama in the playoffs, and then we just completely shut them down. Same thing happens with Notre Dame every year. We act like Notre Dame's good. They get to the championship, 0 points. You know, like this is ridiculous. Like if you don't play a defense at all, like in the Big 12 or Pac-12, then you're going to look like your superstar offense. If Alabama is getting penalized in the playoffs for having, you know, messed up against West Florida, then why is Washington not being penalized for not scoring a touchdown against Arizona State? They did not score an offensive touchdown. So what are we talking about? This is absurd. This playoff committee is ridiculous.
Let me. I'm bringing up because I brought this up yesterday. I'm talking about Oregon's schedule right here, and we're on the line with Zander calling in from Maryland, PA area. So you look at Oregon's schedule, okay, and you look to the schedule of strength, because I've been harping on schedule of strength. I asked Jalen Miro if he felt this team was battle tested, and look, Oregon and what Dan Lanning they're doing, I like it. It's a fun story to watch, but when you kind of zoom in to their particular schedule, here where things stand, okay, Portland State 81-7. Texas A&M in Lubbock 38-30. They beat up on Hawaii 55-10. They beat Colorado when Colorado was cool at that point. Remember, I think that game kind of propelled them more than people thought. People thought that Colorado was good when the rest of us knew that you follow college football. You're like, I don't know if Colorado's really that good. Like, it's kind of just exciting to see.
Yeah, but Vegas didn't think Colorado was good. Vegas had their under win total 3.5.
Yeah, and they're right on. They're right on it.
They barely gotten past that. They're at 4 wins. What are we talking about?
Then they went to Stanford and they beat up on the Cardinal 42-6. Then they lost to Washington 36-33 on the road. Beat Washington State 38-24. Beat Utah. I think they're giving a lot of credence to that Utah victory, going over to Salt Lake and taking care of the Utes. But I mean, other than that, I'm not impressed with Oregon's schedule whatsoever.
There's just like an absurd fallacy going on. Like, okay, so Utah beat, what was it, Florida at the beginning of the year, right? And so that somehow makes the Pac-12 good. But if Florida's so bad, then how is the Pac-12 good? The team that you're propping up, being Utah, as the team that is the measuring stick for how good your conference is, supposedly played a crappy team. So how does that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know where this logic that they're, you know, it makes no sense. And I mean, it's got to be a stain on the committee that you have this allegations of cheating and you have an AD that is at that school sitting on the committee.
I know.
Like, you got to tell that guy, like, sorry, you can't be here, man. You're making us look like, you know, we're biased.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. From, like, if you're ESPN and you want people to tune in, first off, the SEC is the money. You know, like, why would you let this look bad? Like, at least get rid of him. And if we have to deal with, you know, nobody getting in because we beat Georgia and they put us at 5th, you know, because that's probably what's going to happen. They're going to say, oh, you beat Georgia, but you still have a loss. So we're going to put, probably both Big Ten teams in again. And then they'll probably put FSU, who probably goes undefeated, and then whatever probably Oregon or something, you know. if they can beat Washington. So they'll probably say like, well, Georgia lost and their strength of schedule stunk. And, well, Alabama, you lost to Texas and had that bad game at the beginning of the year, so you can't be in. I think that's what they're setting us up for, because the fact that we're 8th is kind of crazy.
You're looking at the playoff committee members right now on the screen. These are so basically how this works is the first college football playoff committee was announced in 2013. The group consists of 13 members who are generally served 3-year terms, although blah, 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 blah. So these particular individuals will determine the fate of the college football playoff. So let's just quickly look at it real fast. So you have the chair, who is from North Carolina State, the ACC. Think he has any pulls to Florida State? I don't know. It seems, I think you got to, root for your conference there. You have the Kentucky AD. You have Wyoming. What are they even? Look, I'm sure that guy's an amazing person, whatever, but like, why is he on the playoff committee? Colorado, he's on the playoff committee as well. Rick George. Look, great job hiring Dion and raising all that money, whatever you've done. But like, I don't, you guys haven't sniffed the playoffs. Like in terms of the teams that you see and stuff like that. I mean, that's a Pac-12 bias right there. So is Wyoming. You have Navy. What, like, how are the individuals on this? And look, I don't know any of these people. I'm sure they're all great individuals who have achieved amazing things in their lives, whatever. But like, this is just how ridiculous it is. Okay. Kelly Whiteside, who's on the bottom, who I'm sure is an amazing writer, whatever they've achieved. And I'm not hating on the people. I'm just saying, like, this is so ridiculous to have these individuals determine the playoffs, because it really makes no sense. He's a former college football reporter for Newsday and Sports Illustrated. Right? Like, why? And then you have Will Shields from Nebraska, who's a former offensive guard. Like, this is it. This is what is going to determine the fate of Alabama football, and not only Alabama football.
Yeah, and former Penn State.
I'm saying the world of college football. Like Georgia deserves better. Michigan, look, you guys deserve better too. Ohio State, all of the college football in general deserves better than to have these people deciding how and who makes the playoffs. The Michigan athletic director is on the board.
Yes, the athletic director of a team who is being currently accused of cheating, and had to tell whatever his name is, he was released, what was it, like Friday of last week or whatever? So obviously something's going down. It seems like they're lawyering up. Yeah. I mean, there's some weird stuff going on. You have all the coaches going to the commissioner saying, hey, you got to do something about Michigan. Like Josh Pate is saying something's going to go down this week. We'll have to wait and see. Wow. But I mean, he tends to know some stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
This is just pure insanity. I just don't know, like, if you're going to, like, there's just really bad logic going on, and that's what is absurd to me as a data scientist. You're saying Georgia doesn't deserve to be number one because of strength of schedule. Mm-hmm. And then you put Michigan and Ohio State in there, whose half of their conference barely is 500. Mm-hmm. Only one side of that conference has any good teams. Mm-hmm. They have a coach at Iowa who has contractual obligations to score points because he's so bad. Mm-hmm. Like, it's an absurdity. Like, this is the worst playoff committee I've ever seen. I get that we have one loss, and I get that, we have to go through, like, proving ourselves as better than these other teams. Mm-hmm. But we are getting better while other teams appear to be getting worse. Texas almost lost. They just lost their quarterback. Mm-hmm. He's going to be hurt for we don't know how long. I mean, some teams are getting worse. They penalized us last year when Bryce Young was hurt. So why wouldn't they do that again for Texas? That makes no sense. Mm-hmm. There's just like some really just absurd calculations being made. If the strength of schedule matters and rankings matter, then Alabama obviously would be a top 4 or 5 team. Mm-hmm. I understand putting us at 5. Florida State's got to go through their stuff. But again, Ohio State's big win was Notre Dame, right? Mm-hmm. They just got crushed by Clemson, mm-hmm. who everybody was writing off. People are calling for Dabo's job. Mm-hmm. I don't know. This is getting ridiculous. It seems like they're purposely leaving Alabama out so that more fans in the SEC, because we have been we don't need a 12-team playoff. Mm-hmm. The SEC has been more of the, 4 works because the 4 best teams are in, and it's always us, right? So we get complacent. We're like, yeah, it doesn't matter, 4 teams. And it seems like they're purposely leaving us out so that we will also be happy that this is turning into a 12-team playoff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It seems odd.
Yeah.
The amount of Big Ten, former Big Ten is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the most unbalanced committee I've seen. I don't know, but that's all I really got, man. Thanks for letting me rant.
All right, thanks, Zander. I appreciate you calling in, man.
Yep.
All right, Zander calling in from Roll Tide team. Zander calling in from the Maryland, PA area. I appreciate you guys. Look, if I didn't get to you guys on the call, I will be live Tuesday morning at 9, Wednesday morning at 9, Thursday morning at 9, Friday morning at 9. I appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing to all the content that we continue to produce right here. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a call, never miss a video that we drop. I got a busy schedule today, so real quick, I'm going to head from here. I'm going to recut a video, upload that, and then I got to go to the Mal Moore complex to get ready for Coach Saban, who will be at the podium on Monday at 12. Following that, you got Jalen Milroe. Along with that, and then after we'll be continuing to pump out content all day long, and I'll be back online live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Remember, Alabama has a basketball game tonight against Morehead State. That'll be their season opener. They did drop an exhibition game to Wake Forest, but I think Nate Oates and what he has with this new team will be really interesting. Grant Nelson, I'm really excited to see him play. He's a 6'11" transfer from North Dakota State. You also have the Coaches Show with Coach Smoot, Coach Jared, and Coach Sean. Be sure and support them. They'll be on live tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time. My name is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys joining me this morning. Every day live at 9 a.m. from Monday through Friday. Thank you very much for believing in the product. Thank you very much for the super chats. Thank you very much for becoming a member. There is some Lank merchandise inside the comment box. My name is Kyle Henderson. One more time, coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And thank you for joining me this morning. Have a beautiful Monday, and we'll catch you soon right here on Bama Football on YouTube.